everyone, this is Kerry from Kerrys Natural Health Solutions. This is just a quick video on emotional freedom technique, or EFT, or tapping. You may have heard of it called any of those things. I am not a qualified EFT practitioner, but it is something that I have found has really helped. I've been practicing doing EFT for 2 years, and it is something that I really recommend to all of my clients, especially those who are struggling with confidence issues and anxiety. It can also help with pain. I've seen circumstances where it's really helped with people suffering with knee pain and stomach disorders. You know, someone who's really suffering with stomach pain. So you can use it on a variety of things. Basically try it on anything. You can use it for anything that's fairly general, or you can use it on something that's specific. So if you have a specific emotion that you're dealing with, or if you're just generally feeling anxious, you can tap on those. There are a lot of specific statements and scripts out there, but I've also found that you do need to not get hung up on the script and use words that resonate with you. So there's no point in saying, I feel panicky, if panic is not a word that you would normally use. If you would use overwhelmed or anxious, then those are the words that you would use. So you can take a lot of the scripts and amend them. And rather than panicking that you're saying the right thing, I think just work on how you're really feeling. So that's what you're tapping on. The tapping points are associated with the meridian lines in your body with the energy. So the theory is when you are anxious, you're blocking your energy pathways and you're not allowing the energy to flow through your body. So by tapping on those systems, you're opening it up and you're allowing the energy to flow through and to calm yourself down. So there are a number of the tapping sequences will be your karate chop, which is on the side of your hand. So it's basically halfway down your palm, and that's normally where you tap on for your setup statement. You tap there 3 times during your setup statement. You then move to tapping above your eye, on the side of your eye, underneath your eye, and between the top of your lip and your nose, on your chin, on your collarbone, and then the line for ladies, it's where your bra strap is. For men, if you just kind of go down, I think it's almost like a handspan down and tap there, and then your final tapping will be on the top of your head. There are extra tapping points which are on the inside of your fingers, but I don't really use those. I just find it then lengthens the whole process when you're trying to do something that you need to get results fairly quickly. I've also found that you can just tap on your collarbone alone, and also midway between on your thigh, between your hip and your knee. I've also found that's quite effective. So I found those 2 singular tapping points really effective if you're on public transport or if you're in a public place. Unless you want people to look at you like you're a crazy person, which, if you don't mind, that's fine, whatever works for you. But I just find that this really works really well, especially if you're panicking, or if you're waiting to talk to someone or an interview or something. I find that has really, really helped me. So I'll just go through a quick EFT. The first thing you need to do is assess how you feel. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how bad is the problem? So if it's a 10 out of 10, if it's a 5 out of 10, you obviously need to identify the problem to specify where it is on that scale. And that's because once you're finished tapping, you can then assess how much it's reduced. So if you start on an 8, you're hoping to get it down to 0, but at least if it's down to a 2 at the end of the tapping session, you know that you have achieved something. So we normally you can do depending on the intensity of the feelings, you can do as many rounds as you like. So if you start off at a 10 out of 10 and only get down to a 7 out of 10, if you feel better, and you can always work on it at another point, but if you want to get it down to say a 2, then you just keep on tapping the same rounds. So you may also find that you're feeling stressed and you tap on something and you don't feel that much better, but by the time you finish tapping, you realize that there's something else underlying the stress, or you tap on something general and then realize that it's something more specific. So you just go, oh, I feel stressed, and then you realize that someone shouted at you or someone's spoken to you and you've kind of taken something the wrong way, and then you can tap on, you know, obviously the more specific you can be, the easier it will be to reduce on the scale. So you can I've sent out all of the scripts, so but I'll go through a quick one. So you can say, even though, so you'd start tapping, say, even though I have this fear or anxiety about a meeting I'm having today, even though I have this fear about a meeting I'm having today, even though I have this fear about a meeting I have today, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have this fear, even though I have this fear, I'm terrified of this meeting today. Even though I really have this fear of this meeting today, I really am terrified. I'm really struggling and I'm terrified. I'm really fearful of the meeting today. Take a deep breath in and see how you feel. You can do that tapping again. And then what you try and do is, on the final round of your tapping, change the negative, as it were, to a positive. So say, my fear about the meeting has reduced from a 10 to a 7. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though my fear is only reduced from a 10 to a 7, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though my fear has reduced to 7 out of 10, I deeply and completely accept myself. And then you just go through the tapping sequence, saying, for instance, even though I have this fear, I've reduced the feelings of fear. I can carry on with the meeting. Even though I've reduced this, I fear, but I accept that and I can move on. Even though I have this fear, I still accept it. I'm feeling less anxious about the problem. I'm really feeling less anxious about the problem. Even though I had the fear, it's only reduced to a 7 out of 10. I deeply and completely accept myself and I feel that I can move on. And then you just keep tapping. As I say, if 1 round is fine for you, then that's fine. If you feel you need 3 or 4 rounds, then, you know, carry on. So if you need any other information, there is loads of information, obviously, on the internet, and there's loads of scripts out there. But once again, I just want to stress, don't get hung up on the script. You need to say, although I think using the words, I deeply and completely accept myself, or I accept and love myself, whatever resonates with you, you need to use that wording. But anything else, you know, you could just tap and go, I'm really anxious, but I love and accept myself anyway. I'm really anxious. I love and accept myself anyway. I'm anxious. I'm so anxious. I'm really anxious. I'm anxious. Use the same words if that's really what you feel. I think don't make it too complicated, and try it on anything. See how you get on. Please send me some feedback and let me know if you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. And if there's anything else that you need, let me know, and I can always post up another video for you. So take care, have an amazing day, and enjoy the EFT. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.